Let us try to understand how to connect with Mahavidya Dhoomavati during our meditation sessions. In my previous video, I have talked about how to connect with the Mooladhara Chakra deities, Swadhisthana Chakra deities, Manipura Chakra deities, and now we are talking about how to connect with the Anahata Chakra deities. As you know, the Mooladhara Chakra represents the ground floor of the house, the Swadhisthana represents the first floor, Manipura Chakra represents the second floor, and now we are talking about the third floor of the house, that is the Anahata Chakra. So in the third floor, there are 5 doors. One of the door is Shiva Tattva, that is Krishna, and the other 4 doors are Shakti Tattva, that is Mahavidya Kali, Mahavidya Bhuvaneshwari, Mahavidya Dhoomavati, and Mahavidya Baglamukhi. So in my previous videos, we have covered Krishna, Mahavidya Kali, Mahavidya Bhuvaneshwari, and now we are moving on to the 4th house, that is Mahavidya Dhoomavati. So after finishing the conversation with Bhuvaneshwari, I went outside the 3rd house and I started knocking the door of the 4th house. So here we have to know that this is all going on inside my mind. This is not going on in the physical realm. So during Brahma Muhurta time, that is 4 a.m. to 5 a.m., you have to meditate using the Japmala and blindfold. So when you use these two tools, you can go inside your own mind during the Brahma Muhurta time. So as I went inside my mind and as I knocked the door of the 4th house in the Anahata Chakra, I didn't get any response. There is nobody opened the door. So what I did was I myself opened the door and went inside. I searched for Mahavidya Dhoomavati and I never got her. I was searching. The house of Mahavidya Dhoomavati was completely black and dark and scary. It was not beautiful like the other houses. It was completely dark and scary. It was filled with the kind of negative vibes, all that sad emotions, depression, anxiety, panic attacks, all that emotions were coming to me. And I was able to control it because of the crushing of ego taught by other deities. So I was able to control my negative emotions, but still it was very intense for a sadhak. And I went inside, I searched. And in the corner of the room, in the corner of the house, there was a very dark place. And there was one old lady. And that old lady was carrying a baby like this. That old lady was not letting the baby go itself. She was tightly holding that baby. And I wondered, who is that baby? I asked that old lady, Amma, who are you? Why are you holding that baby so tightly? Why are you not letting the baby go? So she asked me, so do you want to hold the baby? I told, okay, what's the big deal in it? I thought it's just a baby, right? I can hold it, not a big deal. So I took the baby from her. As soon as I took that dark-skinned baby who was crying, I got flashback of all my incarnations. That is, in my consciousness, I had suppressed so many memories of my past incarnations. Just to give an example, I remembered the time when my own mother, deer, sacrificed herself so that I will be alive. That is, when I was a deer, a tiger started chasing me. And to protect me from that tiger, my mother deer, that is the mom deer, she allowed me to run and she stood still. That is, she didn't run and I ran. I thought even my mother is running behind me, but no, she didn't run. She was still and the tiger ate her in front of me. And seeing that scenery, right, was pretty traumatic for me, and I had suppressed that in my previous incarnations. So same with all the negative emotions. That is, I remembered the time when I was a dog and I was not fed correctly by anyone. That is, I died on the street because of hunger. No human fed me anything. And I remembered all my human incarnations also, where I lost my parents, I lost my wife, I lost my children. And same goes with this life also. In this life, all the rejections from friends, family, everything was coming back to me, those memories, which I suppressed, which I was running from. I didn't like those memories. It was dark. That's why I was running from that. So that baby, which she was carrying and she was holding tightly, as soon as I held that baby, all the memories started and I burst into tears. And I was not able to control the emotions. Then all the other deities like Krishna, Mahavidya Kali, Bhuvaneshwari, Batuk Bhairav, Vikralini, everyone had to come to the house of Mahavidya Dhoomavati in order to calm me down. That is, I was crying very much. I was getting all the panic attacks that I had suppressed in that fraction of a second, and every deities were coming there to console me. That is, they were telling the same thing. Let the thoughts flow, let the thoughts flow, let the thoughts flow. Don't run away from it. Don't run away from your thoughts. They are your own. That was the only thing they were saying. All the deities were telling the same thing. That is, let the thoughts flow. They are your own. They are not someone else's. The thoughts, the negative emotions, the depression, anxiety, they are not someone else's. It is your own. If you run away from it, then who will take care of it? That is why Mahavidya Dhoomavati is there, to take care of your suppressed emotions. That is, whatever you have considered as negative, right, in life. It may be your lust, greed, anger, panic attack, anxiety, depression, whatever you have considered as negative, that goes inside the house of Dhumavati. It sits there as suppressed emotions in the Anahata Chakra. It sits there for a very long time. If you don't explore it, it will sit there. You will come back as human so many times. Only if you carry that baby and embrace it and love that baby, you can go beyond Anahata Chakra. Otherwise, you will come so many times to this earthly realm for exploring that baby. You run away from it. At the same time, you explore it a little. You run away again. You explore it a little. But it should not be like that. You have to accept that you are that depression. You are that anxiety. You are that. So you should not run away from it. Whatever people call as cringe, bad, sad, negative, everything is false. It is you after all. How can you run away from yourself? Forget about the entire world. All those negative emotions are you. Don't suppress it. Don't try to run away from it. Accept it as it is. Only then the baby will stop crying. So as soon as I let my thoughts flow and didn't judge it, I didn't consider it as negative, positive, anything. I just accepted it. It is who I am. So that time the baby stopped crying. Then what I did was I kissed that baby. The baby was none other than me. It was all my suppressed emotions. And when I kissed it, when I embraced it, it stopped crying. That is what you have to do in Mahavidya Dhoomavati's house. It will be a very intense experience. That is, accepting your flaws is not a easy task. Accepting your flaws is not a small deal. It is very hard. It's very hard to accept your flaws. But sooner or later, you have to accept it in order to transcend. Don't run away from the enemies. Don't run away from the negative people. They are you. They are the suppressed parts of you. So as soon as you embrace everything and when you stop judging, everything in your life will be peaceful. Stop judging others. Stop judging yourself. Whenever you judge others, right, you will start judging yourself also. And when you judge yourself, everything will get suppressed. So that is why you have to never judge. When you judge, it will be duality. Positive, negative, bad, good, holy, evil. So all those dualities will be created in your mind if you start judging. That is why never judge in society. Even though society has rules and regulations to create duality, but that duality must not enter your mind. Your mind must be peaceful without judgment. So that is the only advice Mahavidya Dhoomavati gave. Never judge anyone or anything. So after interacting with Dhumavati, I felt very peaceful. I respected her. I always thought negative emotions were bad, but after meeting her, it was completely life-changing. She was not like other deities. It was not all loving and all. It was something different. So I hope you will also be able to connect with Mahavidya Dhoomavati during your meditation sessions. You just have to do the Nama mantra of all the deities. That is, 2 in the Muladhara Chakra, 2 deities in the Swadhisthana, 2 deities in the Manipura, 5 deities in the Anahata, 3 deities in Vishuddha Chakra, 2 deities in Ajna Chakra, and finally 2 deities in Sahasrara Chakra. When you chant all their names during the Brahma Muhurta time, 4 am to 5 am, 108 times each deity, then your life will be very peaceful, because you will accept all your strengths and weakness, and when you stop judging, you will become a godly creature. That is, you can go beyond this human incarnation if you worship these deities. They will show you some things which you could have never imagined. So that is why this channel I created, so that people accept who they are rather than running away from their own self. I hope I have brought some light to your consciousness. Thanks for watching. We'll meet in the next video. Jai Mahakal.